Well, I was going to build a bike today, but it's beautiful out, so I'm just going to enjoy the sun. Who's this? Oh, it's the Marin Man. What's up, Mike?
Hey Greg, I've been seeing you post all these pictures of the Raleigh Mirage all week. When are we going to see the final build?
I guess I should build the Mirage then. Alright then. I did tease this a couple of weeks ago, so it's about time I got round to it. But this is the Raleigh Mirage that I bought from the Marin Man. As another restorer had already had this bike, it was pretty spotless. It wasn't dirty or anything like that, but I did think it could do with a little bit of a polish, maybe bring some of that colour out. But first I thought I'd just give it a bit of a spruce, the BB mainly. There was a little bit of gunk in there, but nothing crazy, and just to make sure that as I built it up, it was as spotless as it possibly could be. And as I sprayed a load of Muc-Off in there, obviously it's water based, I used some of this MO94 to kind of like displace some of the water, and then just give it another bit of a wipe through. So slippers on, back indoors to do a bit of polishing. The purple on this bike is awesome. I'd almost say it's like a violet, it's something like pastel-y about it, but I put some YouTube on, I think it's the Matt Jones, and I used some of this scratch remover to start with. I got it on Amazon, it's pretty cheap, but one thing I did notice is the fact that it does pull off some of the paint. That's pretty normal with scratch removers, like they're quite coarse, but just go easy if you do use something like this. And then I used a resin super wax by the same company. I just felt like that was a good idea to kind of well, polish it up again afterwards. As I think you'll agree with me, it came out super well, and I love this colour. This bike is another large frame. I'm right in the cusp of medium and large, so sometimes I'll have a large bike, sometimes I'll have a medium bike, but my headset tool doesn't really work on large frames, so I had to use a mallet. I did notice a teeny bit of rust inside the fork when I finished putting the headset on, so I decided to just use a file just to kind of like rough it around a little bit. But I'm sure it'll be fine. This bit surprised me. I'm guessing this frame had an old style BB instead of this sealed one. It's because when I put it in, the kind of the cable guide bit that goes through into the belt and bracket, just that bit, it stuck up too far. So when I put the sealed BB in, it just didn't go in. So the file came out again, and I gave it a file down, and yeah, it worked okay. I forgot to put the grease on the other side before I put the BB in, so I got my toothbrush and used that instead. Obviously I cleaned it again before I put it back in my mouth, but yeah, it worked pretty good for that. The crank's pretty generic, I just got it off Amazon. I want to get something else, but I haven't found it yet. And then the chainring is from, hang on, focus, Uber Bike. Never heard of them before. Found it online. They're in the UK. This is made in Sheffield, and it's decent. I really like it. Came in a few colours, pretty decent price. Wish it was 38, but 62 is fine. 36. 36. And got these sick purple bolts as well, which I mean, they're sick. Now I have a quick question for you. A couple of people have asked about merch. For example, this is my coffee mug. I love this coffee mug. It's one of those metal ones. I take it camping all over the place. It's really cool. I also do stickers on my website and saveoldbikes.com. But is there anything else you guys would want, or do you just want more stickers? Comment below and let me know what you want. There's no point doing anything if you guys don't want it. Back onto the builds. This Zoom stem is super long, but it's super cool. I've also got these swept back bars, so the long stem will kind of like even itself out a little bit with the bars. If I did put straight bars on this bike, which I may do at some point, I'm probably gonna have to put a shorter stem on it, but I love this stem. As soon as I saw it, I was like, I want to put that on a bike. So I don't put gears on my bikes very often, but for this one I decided to go for it. This is a SRAM X3. It's like an entry-level derailleur. It's for 7 or 8 speed. I think it was like 15-20 pounds. It's so cheap. It's made out of plastic, a lot of it, so I don't know how actually strong it would be, and if you actually batter in your bike, probably wouldn't be any good, but it works really well. So for the price, it's probably worth it. But we'll see long term and see what it's capable of, but for now I'm super impressed with this. Brakes, I don't often use V-brakes. I mean, I'm putting these upside down currently, so that's stupid of me. Yeah, I always find that they're just rubbish. So for a change, I decided to actually buy some decent ones. These are Shimano ones. I think they're about 30 quid each, maybe each set, like, or 20 quid. They're quite expensive, but they worked really well. I paired them up with an Avid lever set, and I think one of the things I always go wrong with, and a lot of people go wrong with, is using random brake levers. Make sure you're using the correct levers for the correct type of brakes, and then you'll get decent braking. Somehow I can't quite find the footage of me doing the last couple of bits, but they're kind of the boring bits that no one cares about anyway. The main thing was Super Kaz grips, these super green crazy grips. They're really nice. I went green cables in the end. I was going to go purple, but I felt like the green was much better. I went green pedals with these nuke-proof flats. They're super cool pedals. And as always, I went for a charged spoon in black. It looks very comfortable. I suppose the last thing to do now is just look at it.
Ay, coming in, yeah. Flex, I just wanna win, yeah. LABB, who we running with, yeah. 2, 2, 3, 3, I'm on 10 again.
I'm super happy with the way this bike came out. It was one of those ones I started building out, I'm like, this will be fun, this will look cool, but it rides super good. I can't get over the drivetrain, like the combination is just unreal. It feels really good, it took little to no setup, it just works. Hey, is that a spider on my bike? But anyway, I love this bike, it's been really good to me so far, but I feel like it needs some knobbly tyres for all this mud. So maybe there's a variation coming soon. And that's that. That's the end of another video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy the video, feel free to like it and leave a comment, and maybe subscribe to the channel for more content. If you're here for the mini Velo build though, that will be continuing next week, hopefully, if I get my things together. But if you don't know what that is, why don't you watch the first video right here now? It's on your screen, please.